Hey everybody, Chris with AppLife Digital Solutions and Sugar Auto Parts. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Super excited for today's presentation. A lot to cover. A lot's been accomplished over the last few weeks. Really enjoy doing these presentations, just mostly because it gives me the opportunity to keep our investors and our stakeholders updated on what we're building and what's exciting, what's new, and why so many people are interested in getting behind what we're building. Let me just get some updates here. If you're brave enough to come on stage and ask some questions, I'd love some questions. Michael or Barrett, if you're out there, if you see any questions, you can drop them in the comments section. Let's see. if you want to come on stage, I just dropped the link right there. If you want to come on and ask me some questions, ask me or any of the management team questions, please feel free to do so. Okay, so a lot to cover. Would love some questions, love some feedback, poke holes in what we're building. We're happy to defend what we're building. So we'd love to hear some questions. Okay, real quick, general maintenance items. First of all, AppLife Digital Solutions is a publicly traded entity. The ticker's ALDS. We are traded on OTC markets. Let me pull that up for you. That information is on our website, Sugar Auto Parts. You can go to Sugar Auto Parts. In fact, let me just share my screen really quick. This will be pretty interactive today. We're going to be doing some live demonstrations, revealing some really cool technology we continue to improve upon. Give me one sec. Okay, great. So here's sugarautoparts.com. At the bottom of the page is About Us. Here you can find all our company information. Here's a link to OTC Markets. This is all of our publicly traded information. We are SEC compliant, fully reporting organization. All of our information is here. Our news is here. Every time we drop some breakthrough technology success, we always post that, and this is very public. Obviously, being public comes at a tremendous investment from our organization. You know, $300,000-$400,000 a year to be publicly traded. We do that to be as transparent as possible. We understand that investing comes with risks, and so being as transparent as possible with the reporting to the SEC is something that we're committed to for our investor base. Okay. Our investor deck is here as well. It talks about the company, our history, the past, the present, and the future. Also, at the bottom, there's a link to schedule a meeting. You can schedule with me. You can schedule anytime. Just come on here. Feel free to schedule. Happy to, me, myself, Barrett, Michael are happy to meet with any investors and talk about the company, the future, what we're building. So we're very transparent and very open. Okay. Give me one second. Let me just read this really quick because it is important. As always, when making investment decisions, please do your own due diligence. Make informed decisions, right? We're extremely excited about what we're building. We believe strongly in the future and opportunity. We're continuing to execute aggressively, but investing always comes with risk. And we always encourage responsible investing and proper research, okay? So that's our standard disclosure. Again, if you're brave enough to come on stage and ask questions, I'd love some questions. We'll do a Q&A at the end of this presentation. Let me give you an outline of what I'll be discussing today. So we'll talk about the past, the present, and the future. Marketplace differentiation with Sugar Auto Parts, what makes it unique compared to, say, an eBay, an Amazon, or Walmart. General progress update now that we're coming out of this beta phase that we've been in, where we've been selling through the platform, and now we're going to start onboarding additional sellers on the platform. So it's a big transitional moment for the company. We continue to lean in heavily into AI technology or large language models. I'll do a demonstration on that. It's pretty exciting. Onboarding a ton of products right now, significant push in how we use both large language models and then companies like ASAP and SEMA and PDM. Anybody that's in the automotive parts world knows the challenge of a large catalog model and how you're constantly updating and adding products to your catalog. Also, we now have a vehicle garage. I'll demonstrate that, where you can add your vehicle to the Sugar Auto Parts marketplace, and then you can come back and find what fits that vehicle quickly and efficiently. We are expanding our B2B wholesale portal. So Sugar Auto Parts is unique because it is direct to consumer as well as a B2B marketplace, wholesale marketplace. Talk about what the future looks like, what we're working on right now, and what we're working towards, and then we'll do the Q&A. Okay. So first of all, what is AppLife Digital Solutions? Recently had a gentleman say, hey, could you explain to me what AppLife is? AppLife is the publicly traded entity. It is the parent company that holds all the assets of the organization. So the assets would include liftkitsforless.com, sugarautoparts.com. It also includes our DevOps team that does unique code development for other automotive parts sellers. In addition, I mean, that's really what what AppLife is, right? It's the parent company. It's the one that's publicly traded. It's the one that's held accountable for reporting and answering to our investor base and to the SEC. Okay. It holds all of the assets of the company. My responsibility is I manage the day operations for liftkitsforless.com sales, all the customer service, everything pertaining to the daily requirements of an e-commerce platform, as well as overseeing all the sales on Sugar Auto Parts, onboarding sellers, wholesalers, growing that marketplace. I'm also overseeing all the code development for both marketplaces, well, for the marketplace and for Lift Kits for Less as well. So that's my daily responsibilities. Michael Hill is the CEO of AppLife Digital Solutions. Barrett Evans is the CFO for AppLife Digital Solutions. Their responsibilities are obviously to manage the public entity, and I operate the daily marketplace and Lift Kits for Less. So like to talk quickly about Lift Kits for Less. Lift Kits for Less was founded back in 2013, and it's really where we cut our teeth on becoming an e-commerce seller, right? It's how you efficiently onboard tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of products, how you update those products, how you integrate with other large data suppliers, how you automate inventory feeds, integrating APIs, EDIs, how to really become leveraging technology to really increase efficiencies for both sellers and buyers. And Lift Kits for Less, of course, is a single seller platform. It's not a marketplace. It's just one company trying to sell parts. And we sold millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars through Lift Kits for Less. And that really was the knowledge base and the incubator for going to trying to create with this dream and ambitious dream to build a parts only marketplace that would compete in the market directly with, say, eBay, Amazon, or Walmart. And that's a heavy lift. And we started that back in it's really started in 2019 and launched in 21. We were instantly successful with at the time called Auto Parts for Less, but now today been rebranded as Sugar Auto Parts. And I love the name because we're going to sweeten your ride. So we're super excited for that transition to where we are at today. When we launched Sugar, we did not sell through the marketplace. We really were just the connector, connecting sellers and buyers. And I don't want to say that was a mistake, but today we have testing stores that we're selling through, and that's really been the beta phase of Sugar Auto Parts, where we're seeing the pain points, we're seeing where just whether it's adding tracking, just anything and everything related to the total experience of selling through the platform. So over the last, 4 months or so, we've done, I don't know, $15,000 in sales through our stores on Sugar. And it's allowed us to identify and really clean up to where today we're very comfortable with now onboarding sellers. So very excited at this moment for sellers to start joining and pushing this out to a larger community. Let me review my notes. So I am why I'm all in on the marketplace model is that marketplace models are incredible, valuable organizations. So when you look at marketplaces, whether it's a Flipkart or Instacart or an Amazon or eBay, Walmart, any of them, Alibaba, Etsy, right? They're really unique business models because essentially they're really connecting a seller and a buyer, or two unique participants. And there's essentially very low cost models. So you're taking like on a, say, an Airbnb business model, all these hotels, all these homes, and with a little bit of technology and not a huge labor force, you're connecting them to a buyer or to a renter, someone that's looking to rent. And so those models are just fascinating to me because they become so big and so profitable and so massive that today they're some of the largest companies in the world. So I got super excited about developing a marketplace, one, because there was so many problems I was seeing with automotive in terms of when I was selling. We sold as with Lift Kits for Less, we sold through Amazon, we sold through eBay, we sold through Walmart. And frankly, it was really a difficult process, and so much so that we quit selling through marketplaces, and we're all in on developing our own marketplace. And I'll do some demonstrations in how we've really um, solved a lot of the problems for both sellers and buyers. Um, but when it comes right down to it, there's what makes marketplaces so successful is a phenomenon called network effects, and that's it. It's really unique, and it's only tied to marketplaces. So, and what a network effect is that as a new seller joins the market, or a new supply side, in our case, we have suppliers, and demand side or buyers, that drives more value to the buyer side. So it's a compounding effect. Single seller websites like Lift Kits for Less, like carparts.com, like Napa, like every other parts seller in the world do not benefit from network effects. So as buyers join, say, Sugar, that drives obviously more value to the other side. And this is a compounding effect. And whether it's Sugar or eBay or Walmart or Etsy, marketplaces benefit from network effects, and it's a compounding effect, and it gets more valuable and more valuable and more valuable, and you get a spin-wheel effect, and these business models become self-perpetuating, and they explode in growth. And that's why I'm super excited for Sugar, because we're at that moment today, right? We're ready to start onboarding sellers. And that's been the success, because sellers have been, frankly, automotive part sellers have been exploited by eBay, Amazon, and Walmart, whether just, their platform is inefficient, or their return policies are horrific, or they just charge insane fees, or whatever. Sellers are excited to join our mission. And so that's exciting for any investor that's looking at investing in a marketplace model. Where is that company at today? And we're well positioned to kill it on the supply side of that equation. And typically that's the harder piece, right? Typically, if you're starting a new marketplace like a Poshmark or a clothing marketplace or anything, you have this chicken or egg. But we overcame that almost day one with our marketplace, because part sellers never had a parts only marketplace, no alternative to eBay, Amazon, and Walmart. So anyway, um, so network effects is really what makes marketplaces so valuable. So it's really an interesting fun. There's books written on it. There's courses taught on it. Um, and ultimately, when you think about it, it's really exciting, because whether it's Sugar or Amazon or anybody, you're generating hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, depending on the size of your marketplace, on products that you never ever touch. And that's an amazing business model, and I love it. So I'm super excited for the future. So Sugar is unique because of our infrastructure, the way it was designed. It's designed to manage millions and millions of parts. So it's called a queue-based platform, or a queue-based task system on the back end of Sugar. So Sugar is really, really unique, because every single task is kind of managed independently by independent workers. And I'm not a super technology driven guy, but basically, if you take a traditional e-commerce website, you have strong processor, strong RAM, it tries to execute as much as it can in a single moment. Whereas with our platform and Sugar, it's breaking all those tasks into buckets of responsibility. So almost like a warehouse, where someone's responsible for shipping, someone's responsible for receiving, someone's responsible for billing. And so it's a multitask threaded approach to managing all the processes. So Sugar is very unique, because it can handle hundreds of millions of digital conversations at any given moment, and that's what separates the infrastructure. So we built this for scale, built for millions of products, but more importantly, built for millions and millions of digital conversations. So that's what separates Sugar from, say, 99% of all other websites. They're very unique, and the requirements are significant, and significant investment. So let me share my screen. I just want to show, because I think this is really interesting. Let me jump in here. So this is I want to share exactly what I'm talking about, what makes Sugar different, say, from an Amazon or say an eBay. But so let's go to Amazon. This is a very common shock that is sold. This is a Fox shock. Um, So let's see. 95-246. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. They're out of stock. Are they out of stock? Oh my God. That is crazy. Amazon is out of stock on a shock. Anyway, we have like 180 of them, so we're well stocked. Anyway, let me get rid of the word Fox. Maybe that changes the. Ah, there we go. I was like, oh my God, Amazon's out of stock or something. Anyway, okay. So this is called a catalog model for those that are when you compare, say, an Amazon to an eBay. Amazon, it's single listing, and then sellers compete to win the buy box. This is a really brilliant model, and frankly, I think it's ultimately why Amazon is so successful because sellers compete by either better customer service, better shipping, better return policy, better price, whatever. That's how you win to be the featured seller. This particular seller is Performance Guarantee. That's the seller of this. I think there's probably other sellers, and you can kind of dive into that. But anyway, so this is a seller. Here's the problem with this listing. Doesn't tell you what it fits. There's no fitment. It's right. Amazon puts everybody in a box and you get 6 bullet points, 5 bullet points to try to sell your product. So whether you're selling lipstick or a t-shirt or napkins, this is their listing template. But that's a huge problem. This particular shock, it has very specific fitment requirements. This only fits a JK 07-18. It actually fits 1.5 to, I think, the 3-inch lift kits. These are the rear shocks. This does say rear. And so their description is very limited. It's a universal product description. This is just standard Fox 101. Doesn't really tell you anything specific about this. So now, when you go to eBay, they have an entire different shopping experience. And their shopping experience is that every single seller can list this product over and over and over. So there's currently 358 results for this product. That's a very difficult shopping experience for a consumer because ultimately with Amazon, is it in stock? When am I going to get it? Is this the best price? What's the return policy? Right? It's all each seller's competing to drive value. So the buy box generally gives you, the buyer, the best value. eBay, you have no idea who you're buying from. You don't really know if it's in stock. This says it's free in 4 days, but ultimately it's a sponsored listing. This particular seller has an excellent rating, 99.6, which is great, but it becomes like the first product, and then the next product isn't even a 016. So now eBay does a couple of things really well. One, great images, but they actually have a year, make, model fitment tool, which is great. Obviously, if you're going to fit something, if you're going to sell a part, and then they have a listing template that each individual, and this is robust, right? This particular seller has done a great job, tells you what it fits, it only fits. So clearly, eBay is the better marketplace for buying automotive parts. The problem is for sellers to kind of dice through who you're buying from, when you'll get it. It's trying to you need to become kind of a shopping expert on eBay. So let's compare this to, say, Sugar Auto Parts, 95-24-016. So we are a catalog model, just like Amazon. So if you want to win the buy box, we have an algorithm. Ours is in stock, rated as ship, because the auto parts industry is so map enforced. We really got away from low price. We don't reward low price. It's kind of really differentiates us from Amazon for sure, and most marketplaces, because price is really important. But it's not that you can have a lower price. We just don't necessarily reward it with our algorithm. It makes us different. So here's our product. First of all, the other thing really frustrating about eBay is that they only give you 80 characters. It's extremely limited. It's very difficult to get critical information. And so sellers have to become extremely creative and spend a lot of time and energy on how to come up with an 80 character title. That's insanely small for automotive. That might work for t-shirts and lipstick, but it does not work with year, make, model, submodel, trim, what size lift. This actually should say fits 1.5 to 3 inch. This is way deficient. And again, it speaks to how eBay Amazon, Walmart were never designed to specifically sell an automotive part, but yet they are selling billions of dollars in automotive parts. Anyway, pretty interesting. Come to our website, big title, 160 characters, tells you exactly what it fits, 1.5 to 3 inch lift, Jeep Wrangler. You also have a sub fitment field. This is generated through our platform, so it tells you exactly the models it fits. And then you have a robust description, Fox Factory, performance, tells you exactly. These are direct fit replacement performance upgrade, Jeep Wrangler 0718 rear shocks. Anyway, this is a very robust title, very robust description. It's got all these features. This is designed to create confidence, get consumers to buy, get sellers to not have to deal with returns for a horrible listing like this, where you don't even know what it fits. There's no fitment detail. And we all know how Amazon works for sellers. It's an instant refund. You eat the refunds. I mean, I think a significant portion of Amazon's business model is literally creating returns. It's a bizarre business model, obviously successful, but it's horrific for a seller because you're eating these returns financially, and Amazon just takes the money out of your account instantly. Anyway, we know we're going to have returns. It's just, if we can minimize those and make the experience better for sellers, that's what we're going to do. We have robust data, very robust descriptions. This really tells you exactly. Also, important notes. Prior to checking out, you have to go through and read these notes. These are rear shocks only, front shocks sold separate. Well, that's helpful. That's great to know. Fits a JK only, 0718, not compatible with JL, TJ, other generations. Anyway, so pretty unique here. Also, clearly you have a year, make, model lookup tool. Let's say I got a 2014, I got a Jeep, I got a Wrangler, I got the Sahara, and it's 3.6 find. You get a confirmation this fits your vehicle, right? So this is clearly a better selling experience, a better shopping experience for both sellers and buyers, right? So that's what really differentiates us. And whether it's, a shock, a bed cover, steps, so on and so forth, it's robust data, it's highly organized, it's very professional. And you can see, this is really interesting. This, if you order it, you don't get it till the 20th. That's Amazon. That's interesting to me. I guarantee if you order this shock right now, you'll probably get it tomorrow, but worst case, you're going to get it the day after. So we have inventory stacked across the country. So this is ready to ship, tons in stock. You're going to get it fast. And that, and there's no Amazon Prime fee on top of this. So for free, right? Ships are free. You're going to get it quick and easy. So anyway, interesting. Stop sharing my screen. So just a few highlights there. Interesting what makes Sugar unique shopping and selling experience. Let me show you some other new technology we've deployed. Let me share my screen. Bear with me. Okay, cool. So we have now added a garage feature. So you can come in here, select what type of entity your vehicle is, and then obviously 23, let's just say it's a Ford, and we'll say F-250 Super Duty, and add vehicle. So anything that's going to fit that will automatically populate. So this is really nice new feature. So you can quickly come back and select between vehicles. So that's a nice feature that we took live here in the last couple of weeks. Also, you could actually, like 2016 Toyota Tundra, and let's say bed steps. Let's see. So it auto populates it into the garage for you. So you don't have to bounce between this. So this is pretty cool tech. And as you can see, it's very fast. Everything that fits here. And let's see if we type in bed cover. We'll see what comes up. So we've been testing and testing. We're getting better and better. We're going to continue to improve the data. We're using a lot with large language models to improve the data. But it's getting better and better. One of the big new things we're working on is ETAs. One of the future that this should be completed, I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks, we'll see. But basically, you'll see based off of your geolocation position or API, they'll be able to locate this, how close it is to you, and then it'll give you roughly when it'll be delivered. So really becoming really close to an Amazon shipping model, which is great. Obviously, we don't have vans running around that we can drop product off the way Amazon does, but maybe in the future we will. But for now, we'll continue to fight away and try to have the best experience for sellers and buyers. So let's see. That's new, is our vehicle garage. Pretty cool. We're excited for this. In the past, a lot of our investors were saying, "Hey, when are you going to have a garage? When are you going to have a garage?" Well, now we got a garage. So hopefully this will make everybody happy. I can add any vehicle in here. So let's see. 2018, 15 Chevy Silverado, Chev. So 1500, go, boom. So getting better and better and better. So understand that with this beta phase we're in, there's only about 40,000 in-stock products on sugar. So really pretty small catalog. I mean, Amazon, I don't know, 12 million products, eBay, 125 million products. As we start bringing sellers on, this catalog size will explode. And so you'll see more and more vehicle coverages. So if you come on and you put in your vehicle, you don't find anything, don't fret. We're still early in this. But structurally, checkout flow, adding products, everything is going really smooth with our beta testing. We are generating revenue through the platform. We're live, so it's going well. Just being very methodical and very careful how we roll this out. Any questions at this point that I can answer? Just curious before I show you some more new tech that we're rolling out. Is there any comments? Any questions? Anybody? Anyone? Unfortunately, I can't see the questions that might be posted on LinkedIn or X. So if anybody can copy paste comments in, I'm happy to answer those. Okay, let's continue on with some major updates that we've accomplished. Let me share my screen. Okay. So I comment that we are B2C and B2B. B2C is a heavy lift because you're competing with the world. So the cost of acquisition for a customer is very high. It's probably prohibitive. Now, does it mean we won't succeed there? No, it means that it's just going to take time and we have to be very prudent with our investors' dollars. So the path to least resistant, the group that is left out of this, or the opportunity, the fastest way to develop, to drive revenue, is a group of buyers who are left out of the equation for the most part. And those are Ma-Pa install centers. So all over the country, there are tens of thousands of install centers. When I say install center, like a brake lock or local repair center, collision center, they're onesie Tuesdays. They might buy one suspension lift kit a year. They might do a couple of steps a year. They're not huge, aftermarket, but they do represent a significant number of buyer base. And they're currently really essentially not being served. It's difficult for them to contact a major manufacturer, say like Real Truck. Real Truck is not going to take a call from some Ma-Pa install center and say, sure, we can't wait to give you wholesale rates. It's not going to happen. And so that install center, and they're busy, they have someone comes in, I need a bed cover and I want, a Real Truck bed cover. This is the one I want to back or I want to flip, or where do they go? So believe it or not, and what's interesting, and when I went back and I looked at my data on lift kits for less, especially when we were doing significant eBay sales, 25 to 30% of our orders through eBay were Ma-Pa businesses paying full retail and sales tax. So that is a buyer base, and a significant buyer base that is being left out of the entire ecosystem. And so what we're super excited to announce today, and I'll demonstrate this, is that we have a streamlined process for those install centers to buy wholesale through our platform. It's very simple. And there's no cost to join. So any install center out there that might be watching, if you're looking to buy your parts wholesale, this is our landing page. You can come in here, read all about it. But essentially, you just click join and you put in your information, tax ID number. You're going to upload your documents to prove you are, in fact, a real business. This goes through a vetting process. Once that vetting process is complete, you're basically live to buy wholesale through this platform. This is going to transform, in my opinion, this is going to transform a significant portion of how wholesale sales are going to be managed across the country. So I'm going to log in so everybody can see how this looks once you're a wholesale approved buyer. So I'm going to log in. And now it says wholesale portal. I'm going to clear my vehicle and I'm just going to search all products. So let's see. So I'm now logged in on John's Install Center in Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi, and I'm looking for a bumper. So you come in here and you're like, normally retail is $1,700. I could pay $1,531. I'm saving 10%, and and there's no sales tax. So this is now live. Any install center can sign up, join to buy wholesale through the platform. We have when we first launched, we have roughly 100 entities that have signed up to buy wholesale. The big breakthrough for the company is that we were approached by one of the largest wholesalers in the market today. So everybody knows this company, and they are onboarding their products to sell direct through our network of install centers. Roughly, it's 181,000 in-stock products. This is a huge lift for us. It's a huge win for the company. I think this transforms the entire industry, frankly. I think other WDs, warehouse distributors, will join and go after selling direct through Sugar to our network of install centers. There's zero cost to the install center. We're a take model, whether it's B2C or B2B. It's a flat rate 10%. That's significantly lower than Amazon. Amazon's numbers are huge, and significantly lower than eBay. So this is a win for wholesalers. It's a win for install centers, and it's a win for our investors and supporters of Sugar Auto Parts. This is a big deal. This is a big deal, and we're super excited. So huge amount of data work getting done. Our goal, it's aggressive, but we hope to have all 180,000 products listed and live on Sugar here in the next 2 weeks. We use a lot of technology to execute that. It's a heavy lift, but we're based off of our experience with Lift Kits for Less and loading product. We've streamlined this process. We've implemented both all API calls for SEMA, ASAP, and PDM. So we'll map all these products and try to get them up as fast as possible. It'll take our in-stock product count from roughly 35,000 to almost 200,000 products. So it's very exciting. It's really it speaks to the market, how the market is shifting, how the market is changing. It speaks to how Sugar is uniquely positioned to unite the industry, bring together everybody, all the participants, sellers and buyers, and do it in a very professional manner, very accountable manner. So anyway, super exciting, big deal, big stuff. So that's super exciting. Any questions yet? Anybody want to jump on it? I know I see is it M. Raisbeck? I apologize. I will add you to the stage here shortly, and then I look forward to answering your questions. So the future, what we're currently working on is, I've mentioned that we're, well, let me back up. I want to do another demonstration here. This is really cool tech. So let me jump back here. Okay. So let me log out, get out of here. Boom. Okay. So we have access to a lot of data sets, the PDMs, the ASAPs, SEMA, right? We can download that and map it, but some brands we just don't have access to. We could try to go to the manufacturer's website, we try to do scraping, or it's a lot of work. So where the world has really changed, obviously, is these large language models. I hate using the word AI just because I think it's overused and abused, but essentially, like this product here. So who knows where this data came from? It got loaded. It was probably OptiCAD, or who knows? It's clearly not ASAP data or PDM or SEMA data, but it's data. But you don't know anything about this product. So let me show you how we're using AI to clean up information. Let me reload this page. So I'm going to drop this in here. Ray Bestis. Raybestos. I'm gonna have to find. Oops. I'm gonna do. So this is our large language integration built right into Sugar Auto Parts. We did the same for lift kits for less. Anyway, we are on the forefront of using this technology. We are really pushing hard with large language models. It's not perfect, but it's damn good. It is really good, and we're learning. And every day we massage our prompt, we make this better and better. But it allows us to improve our data and make this arguably the most robust data available, especially compared to Amazon or eBay or Walmart. We will have a far superior product catalog. I think we'll have the premier catalog in the world fairly soon as we continue to update brands through the platform using large language models. Anyway, so I'm going to do fitment and product. Go to Raybestos, and I'm going to drop this part number in here, and I'm going to generate this. Okay, so I'll let this run. But basically, what that large language model technology is doing is it's going out right now. It's looking up this information. So there's a few different ways that you can gather information. You can ask artificial intelligence to tell you what it thinks it is, and that's really inexpensive. And the problem with that is that it's still learning the world. It doesn't know everything yet. And so those results come back and it's deficient. So we found that there are more robust API calls. And so those are webhook lookups, and they actually go out to the web, gather all the information. We ask it to go, if you can go to Raybestos' website first and get all that information and then come back. We found that information is incredibly accurate. So let's see. Okay, great. This is done. So I'm going to refresh. See if this works. Okay, cool. I don't want to have the Elon Musk moment where I throw the ball through the glass window. So as you can see, we have an incredible title, right? Tells you exactly what this R-line, solid rear drum, in-hat disc brake, OE replacement, cast iron. Tells you exactly what the fitment is here. So this is incredible. The description is robust. All the features, important notes, which is really awesome. Sold individually, row order per purchase, fitment limited models listed above, not compatible with front axle or non-listed years. You know, it's really critical how you're able to eliminate returns by just simply having important notes. Like, anyway, so, and then also, as you can see, has a year, make, model. And this actually ties to our master vehicle file. So I can come in here, search for a 2016 Kia Sportage, and this will show up under rotors. So anyway, this is incredible technology. It's exciting how we're able to use these large language models to fill holes. If ASAP doesn't have it, or SEMA doesn't have the data, or PDM, or we're just deficient. So we're using a combination of all of these tools to create a very robust catalog of parts. So very excited for the future. So what we're working on currently, obviously, is continuing to lean into large language models. We're continuing to onboard products where we have one new seller that we are onboarding as a kind of a beta new seller. It's a SureDone seller. SureDone is a omni-channel integrator. For those that don't know what SureDone does, or companies like Channel Advisor, there's a few others. It was Channel Advisor. Now I apologize what their new name is. But essentially, SureDone holds the largest part sellers in the world. And we created a digital freeway so that they can just simply click a few buttons and populate their products on our platform and manage all that through the SureDone integration. So we'll get going with SureDone sellers. It allow them to quickly join, efficiently join. That's exciting for us. It's exciting for the industry. Makes it easy for people to join and scale. It allows us to scale our seller base quicker through that integration. So let's see. Continue to clean up the data. As I mentioned, pretty soon, I think over the next 2 weeks, we hope to have the shipping ETA. That really creates confidence for consumers, so that when they're buying something, it really lets them know an estimation of when they're going to get it. In addition to that functionality, they'll also be given the option of paying for next day air, 2-day air, or multiple shipping options, and they'll have that built. So all of that will be executed here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, with that concludes my presentation for the day. It looks like the only person that was willing to come on stage is gone now, so that's unfortunate. So that's my update. That's kind of the whole. I sure wish there was some comments. Any comments? Anybody? Anyone? 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 So, um, so look, on behalf of myself, Michael, and Barrett, we're obviously super bullish on what we're building. We're super excited for the future. We would love to engage in any investors that are interested in participating and helping us grow the company. We're executing, as you can see. It's amazing what we're building. So I guess with that, let me see my text messages. Anybody? Nothing. Well, again, we appreciate everybody joining us today. We're extremely excited for the future. Check us out. Go to Sugar Auto Parts. You can join as a seller. You can join as a buyer. It's not required to join as a buyer. You can check out as a guest. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, X, YouTube. I want to thank everybody for joining today. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you're excited. I hope that you're excited about marketplace models like I am. I think they're the most incredible business models, and automotive is way overdue for a parts only marketplace. God bless. We'll talk to you later.